Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Pavan Kumar. In this session, we will be dealing with Seaborn library in Python. So before getting to the Seaborn library, one can have a question on why Seaborn when there is a matplotlib. So we can have a quickly agenda on this. So introduction to Seaborn, Seaborn versus Matplotlib. What are the dependencies we are going to be installed for Seaborn, and what are the plotting functions, and finally what are the multi-plot grids by using Seaborn. Yeah, so Seaborn library used for data visualization and as well as statistical graphics. So for any data set or for any data frame when we are loading, in order to visualize the data in an effective manner, and for statistical graphics means if our data set is dealing with any linear or binary or univariate variables or multivariate variables, so Seaborn library is used in polynomial regression and linear regression and all the statistical parts. So Seaborn library functions includes the multi-plot grids, univariate and bivariate visualizations, color palettes, and plots for a linear regression. No. The problem with Matplotlib, Michael Wascom, who has discovered the Seaborn library, has said easy things easy and hard things hard makes it possible by using a matplotlib. That is, a matplotlib makes easy things easy and hard things possible, but whereas a Seaborn makes a well-defined hard things also very easy. So by using a Seaborn, we can draw an attractive plots and we can customize the themes and very effective for data frames. That is, whenever we are dealing with the data frames, Seaborn is very effective for knowing the relationship between the variables, and it is good for the statistical time series data and is very effective with pandas and numpy. So the installation for Seaborn is using a pip command, that is pip install Seaborn. Yeah, so the dependencies which are used along with the Seaborn library are NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and SciPy. That is, using these we are going to be install these libraries, that is pip install NumPy, install Pandas, install Matplotlib, and install SciPy. These are the dependencies which are helpful for a Seaborn library, and Pandas is used for managing the datasets or the data frames, and Matplotlib is used to customize our plots. So we can have an hands-on experience on how Seaborn library works. I will quickly open my Jupyter notebook. Yeah, so to start with the Seaborn library, first we have to import all these libraries, that is NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and a Seaborn. So I'll just quickly run the code first. So these libraries are imported. So there are two ways to read the data, that is a CSV file, into the Jupyter notebook. That is, one, we can make downloaded in our in our home page, that is in a Jupyter library. We have to go to the option upload and upload the data set. So here I uploaded the data set called, that is mobile underscore cleaned.csv. So these dataset I have downloaded from the open source and I have uploaded in the Jupyter notebook. Now, so using a pandas library, that is pd.read_csv, that is mobile underscore clean.csv, I'll quickly run the code first. So it contains sim type, aperture, GPU rank, and so on, up to an n number of columns, battery capacity, process rank, is liked, etc. So these dataset include whether we can buy the phone or not based upon certain assumptions. So the first case of a Seaborn library is a scatter plot. That is, we can make a scatter plot between two variables. That is, here I have taken an X label as standby time and Y label as battery capacity, and I have passed the data as data. My data is a mobile underscore clean.csv. So between these two columns, I have plotted a scatter plot. This is a two-dimensional scatter plot, but using a Seaborn, we can also perform a three-dimensional. That is, in order to plot the third dimension, the parameter we are going to be passed is hue. So we have to pass the third parameter as hue so that the plot becomes a three-dimensional. So you can clearly see the differences between these two plots, that is standby time and battery capacity. So this is a two-dimensional plot. In order to make it as a three-dimension, I have to pass another parameter called hue and pass any column which you are required, that is GPU rank, weight, or flash type, whatever it may be. So the parameter is going to be passed as hue as a third parameter for getting a three-dimensional plot. So I am taking another two columns. So the second plot is a box plot, that is along with the scatter plot we can also make a box plot using a Seaborn library. That is, the box plot function works as performing the boxes, that is the battery capacity ranges between 2500 to 3000 is liked by most of the people. So I have taken the x label as is underscore liked and y label as battery underscore capacity, and I pass the data as mobile underscore cleaned dot csv. So based on this I am getting the box plot. So this is the first case, that is we are uploading the data into the Jupyter notebook and we are getting the scatter plots. The second way is, if at all I created a random data set, or we can say that a random array. So here I created a random array that is np.random.random, that is the values between 10 and 12. So I will be printing the values. Now for this random data we can also perform the Seaborn library. The important part is a heat map, that is for all the variables which we have taken we can perform a plot called as an heat map. This type of heat map is very effective in medical image processing. Whenever we are getting the results about any cancer data set which contains n number of values, so we can perform the heat map or heat map plot by which we can assume in which area the cancer was projected. That is, we can also change the color of this heat map also. The parameter we are going to be passed is a C map, that is yellow, green and blue. Let me run the code here. Yeah, you can clearly see the differences between these two codes. So heat map is very effective if your data set contains a large amount of data and we are going to find a particular area. Seaborn gives a function called as an heat map, that is heat map plot, by which we can plot all the data into one graph. Now let me get back to my slides. Now the Seaborn functions includes a statistical relationship, distribution data sets and categorical variable. That is, the Seaborn functions works with these three types of data. Let me have a close look about what are statistical relationship and what is the distribution in a data set and how we categorize the data. So first one, for statistical relationships, Seaborn uses a rel-plot function. So a rel-plot function is a figure level function which uses two axis functions. That is, rel-plot comes with two axis functions, that is scatter plot and line plot. So Seaborn makes you load any type of the data set in which was available in open source also by using a GitHub. I already opened here. I will just open it. Yeah. Or you can clearly see, you can have another bookmark also. I have bookmarked now. Yeah. So a GitHub wascom seaborn.data. So this is using this. I will maximize this one so that it will be clearly effective. I will add one line here. Yeah. So I think it was visible. So github.com wascom, that is seaborn.data. So this is a third way of accessing the data in online, that is using a method called as load underscore dataset. We can load any dataset that is available in open source, so which contains number of dataset. It is brain underscore network, diamonds, dots, flights and iris and tips. So here we are dealing with tips and iris and as well as flights. So these three datasets are going to be imported using a method called load underscore datasets. Here I loaded the dataset. Let me run the code first and let me see what the dataset contains. So the dataset contains three columns, that is year, month and passengers, and it contains 144 rows and 3 columns. So Seaborn allows you load any dataset which was available in GitHub. So my dataset was loaded. Now I am performing a rel plot by taking an x-axis value as passengers data and y-axis value as month data. Here I got a facet grid, that is a two-dimensional graph which includes the month as y-axis and passengers as x-axis. So if at all I am loading another dataset, that is tips dataset, which contains total bill, tip, sex, smoker, day, time and size are the columns. So 244 rows it contains. Now I will plot the same rel plot, that is a two dimension. So you can clearly see the differences between these two graphs. Here we have changed the two data sets. Now if at all we are going to perform any three dimension, as I already said, we are going to pass another parameter called hue. So for a flights data set I pass another parameter called as year. So I will be getting a scatter plot which is a three dimension. The same case with the tips data set also. So here we got a 3-dimensional data set. Now coming to the line plot. So this is a scatter plot. I already said the rel plot comes with two types of other plots, that is scatter plot and line plot. So these are the examples of a scatter plot for a data set. Now coming to the line plot, we have to pass a parameter called as kind, which includes a line. So here we are specifying a line, because line plot, that is here we get a line plot. The same case with another data set also. Yeah, this is a line plot. So it is a style for each class, that is we can also add a style attribute using a rel plot function. So here we have to specify on which column we are going to perform the style. So in such cases it is a style plot for a rel plot in a Seaborn. So this is an example of a line plot. So the same, I will be performing a 3-dimension. Yeah. Now coming to the second one, that is a second one we have said is a categorical data. So what is a categorical? That is a change in one variable as a function of time, or similarly a continuous variable. In such cases we can use a categorical data. That is, if the data set contains two or more columns and one column is affected by the another column, or one value is affected by another value, then in such cases we are going to use a categorical data plotting. That is, a main variable is divided into discrete groups, and using a cat plot function we can perform the categorical data, which was followed by 3 other plots also. So the cat plot is characterized by 3 functions, that is a scatter plot, a distribution plot, and estimation plots. So here we are using an arrange function, that is an arrange function. Here I am specifying. So here we can see that here I am considering a data frame, that is DICT dictionary, where time is equal to range of 500, that is a value of range array ranges between 500 and getting a value below the 500. So 0 to 500 I am getting a random value, so that the value is going to be changed. Now for that I am performing a graph. So you can clearly see that whenever I am running the code, the graph is going to be changed, because here I have called the random numbers. So based upon the random numbers, the value is going to be changed and the graph is going to be changed. So this is an example of one variable dependence on another variable. That is, here time is dependent on value. Whenever the value is going to be changed, then time is going to be changed. Simultaneously the graph is going to be changed. So next one, for scatter plot, I am getting the same data set. Here I have taken the tips data set. Here I passed the x value as a, that is x axis as day, and y value as total underscore bill, and data equal tips underscore data. So this is an example of a categorical plot. The same data set can be available for flights data set also. That is the same plot, that is a cat plot for flight data set. So this is an example of a cat plot. I am going to load another data set, that is a Titanic. Now after performing a Titanic, so we can perform the same on Titanic dataset also. Output is running. Yeah, this is an example of a cat plot on a Titanic dataset. Now coming to the changing of the plots, that is, in order to change the kind of the plot, we can pass a parameter called as kind, which contains 4 options. The Seaborn gives a 4 options in cat plot, that is a strip plot, a swarm plot, a boxen, and a violin plot. So let me have a quick look at a strip plot. So this is a strip, that is a line, and this is an example of a swarm plot. Here I am passing the kind is equal to swarm. It looks like a swarm animal. Yeah, and this is an example of a violin. Yeah, violin distributions, and this is an example of a boxen. Yeah, so boxen, violin, swarm, and as well as a strip. So these are the types of different kinds of the plots using a cat plot. So based upon our assumption and based upon our requirement, we can use any type of these plots. The same is applied. Yeah, this is example for a boxen plot. So here I have taken the passengers data. So I pass the value y is equal to and kind is equal to boxen. So the third one, let's get back to my slide. The third one is distribution of the data sets. So for the distribution of data sets, that is to visualize a distribution of data, that is which is a univariate and bivariate. That is, whenever we are dealing with any data set which contains a dependent variable and an independent variable. So a dependent and independent variable comes with univariate and bivariate distributions. So for an univariate distribution or bivariate distribution, we have to import a package called as stats. Then after importing, here I am creating a univariate distribution where local is equal to 7 and size equal to 160 and scale is equal to 2, we can increase the scale value also. So for univariate, the plot we are going to be use a dist plot, that is a distribution plot. It shows the distribution of the graph between the two values. The same case with a bivariate. For a bivariate, we are going to use the joint plot. For univariate, we are going to use a distribute plot, and for a bivariate, we are going to use a joint plot. So here I have used a joint plot here. You can clearly see that this is an example of a joint plot. Let's ignore the warning. So the next case in a Seaborn is a multi-plot grids. That is, we are going to view the variance or the appearance of the variables in your data set in 3 or more graphs. That is, here I am going to load a data set called as an iris data set, which contains the species and which contains the sepal width. So here species is equal to Setosa, versicolor and virginica. Here I am going to take in as sepal width and sepal width. That is, these three are the species. So I am going to view the sepal width value changes in these three values in the data set. So the same case with flights also. For example, that is, if the output is a comparison, then we are going to use this plot. So here I want to take a map plot, correction, so map plot. So here I have taken the data set as flights and using a pair grid value and performed the map plot. So here I can clearly see that year and passenger distribution between the data set. So coming to the plotting aesthetics, the plottings are more attractive and delightful by using a themes and color palette. That is, we can use a theme and a color palette also. For example, yeah. So you can clearly see that SNS.set style is equal to dark grid. So here it does not contain any type of the grid. Here it contains the grid because I have set the style as dark grid. We can even select the style as white also or even dark also. Yeah, here I got a grid at the back side. So we can also set the style as white also. For example, this is for a box and plot. I set the style as white and color codes equal to true. The same case with another data set. Yeah. Now coming to the last topic, that is a color palette. So a color palette contains different types of the colors. Based upon this, we can perform the themes for the given graph. For deeper colors, we are going to use HLS color palette, and for another deepened colors, we are going to use HUSL color palette. So these three are the color palettes. Based upon these three color palettes, we can perform or we can customize our graphs in a dataset using a Seaborn library. So these are the basic functions of Seaborn, which is for a statistical relationship and distribution data set and a categorical data. So in this session, we have learned what is a Seaborn and what are the dependencies of the Seaborn and what is a differences between a Seaborn and a matplotlib. Hope you guys enjoyed with my session. Thank you.